Today, we are going to begin looking at a new type of function. Please look at the full-size graph that says alertness percent during the school day. You can see the x-axis represents the time since 7:35 a.m. in minutes, and the y-axis represents the percent student is alert. For the first 90 minutes, you can see that they are alert about 30%. After 90 minutes, their alertness goes down. That's for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, the alertness increases to 50%, and after 180 minutes into the school day, their alertness increases to 60% and then continues increasing until after 360 minutes of the school day, at which point it levels out and then begins decreasing. Now please turn to your packet that says Introduction. Answer the questions using your full-size graph. What parts of the school day are represented by the graph? Well, since the day shows more than 360 minutes, we can see that it's blocks 1 through 4 and some time after school. When does the alertness change for the first time? It changed for the first time at 90 minutes. That was at the end of first block. In what block is the student least alert? They are least alert during second block. Reasons why students are less alert during second block vary. Why do you think they are less alert during second block? The student is the most alert during fourth block. Why do you think the student could be most alert during fourth block? What is your alertness like during lunch? Well, we can see that it's increasing. What time of day does the graph end? 2:40. Doesn't end at 2:20 because it shows a little bit of after school time. It ends at 2:40. What is happening when the bell rings at 2:20? Well, the alertness has reached its peak. That's where it levels out at the end. Can you write a single equation to represent the function portrayed on the graph? If you could, please try. If not, explain why not. No, we can't write a single function because the data is scattered and inconsistent. The reason that the graph is scattered and inconsistent is because this type of graph is modeled by what's called a piecewise function. So this is the new type of function we're going to be looking at today. They are called piecewise functions because they are functions that are made up of parts or pieces of other functions, like linear functions, quadratic functions, absolute value functions, and constant functions. Go back to your full-size graph. Label the full-size graph with the different types of functions that you see. So our options of what we can label are linear, specifically a positive linear graph or a negative linear graph, quadratic, absolute value, or constant. The first part of the graph during first block from 0 to 90 minutes is called a constant function. After the constant function, when we get to second block where we saw that first change, this is a linear negative function because it is a straight line going downhill. Halfway through second block, there is another constant function. Horizontal pieces are constant. At the end of second block, we then have a linear positive function. When we get to lunch, we have a constant function and then a quadratic function. See how it's slightly curved? During fourth block, we end up having a linear positive function, and then we reach our max peak of alertness, which is 90%, and that's a constant function. After school ends at 2:20, we end up having a linear negative function, and that continues going downhill. Your alertness for the school day obviously goes down after your school day has ended. Let's start taking a look at this piecewise function. Please go back to your introduction packet. There are two different points on this piecewise function graph. There are closed points, which are called included. And there are open points, which are called excluded. Let's use function notation to find some values on this piecewise graph. A of 90. 90 is the input value, or the x value. So we're going to go to the x-axis and find 90. And we'll follow it up to the graph and see what the y value actually is. The y value there is 30. So going back to Unit 1 at the beginning of the school year, we're going to write our final answer in function notation. So A of 90 is equal to 30. What does that actually mean in the context of this piecewise function? Well, at 90 minutes, the student is 30% alert. The next one, A of 270. 270 is the input, so once again, we're looking on the x-axis for 270. We'll follow it up to the graph. That has a y value of 70, so that means the student is 70% alert 270 minutes into their school day. The next one, A of m is equal to 60. 60 is the output value, or y value, so we need to find the x value. So I'm going to go to the 60 on the y-axis. I'm going to follow it to the graph, and then I'm going to follow it down to figure out what x value corresponds there. The corresponding x value is 180. That's the missing number. And what does this mean? Well, at 180 minutes, the student is 60% alert. The next one also gives us a y value of 80. So let's go to the y-axis and find 80 and follow it to the graph. Here it is. Follow it down to the x-axis to see what the corresponding x value is. The corresponding x value is 360. So A of 360 is equal to 80. This means at 360 minutes into the school day, the student is 80% alert. A of 180. Well, remember back when I was just describing what kinds of points this graph has? It's important when doing analyzation of the piecewise function. So since A of 180 actually has 2 points, one open and one closed, or one included and one excluded, we have to make sure we use the included point, which is the closed point. So the one that we actually want to look to find the answer is the closed one. So A of 180 is equal to 60. Make sure you use the closed value. So at 180 minutes, the student is 60% alert. We actually said that earlier in the problem when we found A of m is equal to 60. On this page, and let's take a look at this graph a little closer. So first block is from 0 to 90 minutes. Second block is from 90 to 180 minutes. Third block is 180 to 300 minutes and includes your lunch. And then fourth block is 300 to 390 minutes. We're going to go ahead and write the equations of this piecewise function by identifying what type they were. So thinking back to the full-size graph. So we labeled the first part from 0 to 90 minutes as a constant function. That means it's only going to be a value, a y value. Turns out that y value is 30. Now the domain restriction tells us what x values are valid for that piece. So the x values valid for that piece are from 0 to 90. See how there's two closed points? Well, in my domain restriction, I have two inequality symbols that show that the points should be closed. The next function we said was linear negative. So as you can see from the equation that I gave you, I have a negative slope of negative 2/3. The type of function we already said was linear negative, and that's valid from 90 to 135 minutes. Notice how this open point has an open symbol in my domain restriction. The next function is another constant function, and all of the y values there are 50. That's valid from 135 minutes with a close point to 180 minutes with an open point. Close point, open point. The next section, once we're in third block, the alertness is increasing. We said that was a linear positive. So since it's linear, we need a slope, and it's going up 2 and over 9, slope of 2/9. So our final equation for that piece of the piecewise function is 2/9 m plus 20. Those x values valid for that piece are from 180 to 225. And we have two closed points because the endpoints are both closed. The next piece is a constant function, and the y values there are all 70. This piece is valid from 225 minutes to 270 minutes. And both endpoints are closed there as well. The next piece is slightly curved, so we know that's quadratic because it looks like a piece of a parabola. Excuse me. The function that models that piece of the parabola is 180 times m minus 270 squared plus 70. The x values that are valid for that piece are from 270 minutes to 360 minutes. Notice both endpoints are solid, so that means both endpoints need to be included. The next piece we said was linear positive. So as you can see from my equation, 1/3 m, that shows a linear function, and the slope 1/3 is positive. That piece is valid from 360 minutes to 375 minutes. The next function is another constant function. That's valid from 375 to 390 minutes. The left side is closed, so my endpoint is closed, and my right side is open, so my right side is open. And the last piece is linear and negative because it's going downhill, so the function that models that is negative 1/3 m plus 230. There are two ways that we can write the domain restriction for this piece because it has an arrow. We can say that the x values are, I like to write it with the variable first, so x is greater than 390, everything greater than 390. Or if you like to do the endpoint first, you would say 390 is smaller than x. They mean the same thing. So when you have two endpoints, like many of the pieces on this piecewise functions graph, you'll have two values in your domain restriction, a starting point and a stopping point. Remember, they have to go from smallest to largest. If you only have one point and an arrow, then you're only going to have one value and one inequality symbol. Now, please go ahead and ask the substitute for a practice packet, and you will do the practice problems based on analyzing piecewise functions like we just did here. You will use function notation like we do. You will write domain restrictions like we did on this page. And then on the final page, you are going to go ahead and analyze what's going on in the pancake situation.